Pressure was building around Lewis Hamilton before the Canadian Grand Prix. Questions were growing louder. Doubts inside Ferrari were becoming impossible to ignore. And after months of difficult adaptation, the seven-time world champion finally delivered the kind of weekend Maranello had been desperately waiting for. This changes everything. Hamilton arrived in Montreal carrying the weight of huge expectations after leaving Mercedes for Ferrari. But until Canada, the results had never fully matched the hype. The speed appeared in flashes, but the consistency was missing. In Quebec, that suddenly changed. From the very first sessions at the Gilles-Villeneuve circuit, Hamilton looked comfortable, aggressive and completely connected with the SF26 in a way Ferrari had barely seen all season. The result was massive. Hamilton secured his third podium of 2026 and, more importantly, his best Grand Prix finish since joining Ferrari. He crossed the line in second place after an intense late race battle with Max Verstappen, showing confidence under pressure and maintaining strong pace from start to finish. Ferrari team boss Frédéric Vasseur immediately recognized the importance of what happened in Canada. And this is where the situation becomes serious. Vasseur openly admitted this was the first complete weekend Hamilton had delivered since arriving at Ferrari. He said Hamilton was strong from the first lap of Q1 until the last lap of the race. That statement alone says a lot about the difficult start Hamilton had endured in red. According to Vasseur, even Hamilton's small mistake on his final Q3 lap probably cost him an even better qualifying result. The conditions in Montreal made the performance even more impressive. Cold temperatures and difficult tire warm-up created chaos for many teams and drivers. Vasseur explained that confidence became the key factor. When you are confident, you can attack and warm up the tires properly, he said. Hamilton had exactly that feeling all weekend, and it showed every single lap. On the other side of the Ferrari garage, the contrast was impossible to ignore. Charles Leclerc finished fourth, but struggled badly throughout the event. Vasseur admitted the Monegasque driver arrived in Canada already carrying doubts because Montreal has historically been one of his weakest tracks. Those doubts quickly turned into frustration. Leclerc lost confidence session after session and described the weekend as one of the hardest of his Formula One career. That's the real issue. Ferrari now faces a completely different internal picture than expected just a few races ago. Hamilton suddenly looks stronger, calmer, and fully competitive. Meanwhile, Leclerc appears vulnerable at a moment when Ferrari needs stability in the championship fight. And it may not stop here. If Hamilton continues building momentum while Leclerc keeps struggling with confidence, the balance inside Ferrari could shift dramatically in the coming weeks. What makes the situation even more dangerous for Ferrari's rivals is that this result came without major upgrades. While Mercedes and McLaren brought significant new parts to Canada, Ferrari chose not to introduce a major package, yet still left Montreal with one of its strongest weekends of the season. Vasseur admitted the team expected to be much further behind, making the final result even more encouraging for Maranello. Now the attention turns to Monaco. Vasseur believes Leclerc will quickly forget Canada once he returns to a circuit that suits him better. But after Montreal, the bigger question is no longer whether Hamilton can adapt to Ferrari. The question now is whether this was the beginning of a real comeback. And if it was, the entire championship fight may have just changed direction. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.